one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
I'm on it! Eat dirt!
Airborne beam. My special.
Flying free! They just sit still!
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
You're finished!
I'll smash you!
Into the fray.
I'm on a roll
You're
now!
on! Sia!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I'm not done! Start up! You're finished!
I'm on
Dragon Swarm!
Glimmer Flame!
Slap! This one's all mine!
I'm just ready to start!
It's
You made quick work of them!
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry. All right.
There's nowhere to run from mine!
When he slows down, that's our chance!
I'll tear you apart! Take this!
Rising Viper! Throw it, kick!
Rip and
You're
tear!
on! It's over! Take this! Slide! Rising Viper! Throw it, kick! Stardust! You're on!
Hurricane!
It's over! Stardust!
I'm impressed.
You're on! No
Hurricane!
further! Try harder!
Glimmer
Not
Dragon!
again! You're on! Rising Viper! Throw it, kick! First sight! Slide!
What you
Here I come! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Take this! You're on!
Take this!
Lightning condemned.
Here I come!
Watch this!
Rising Viper! I'm not done!
Shattering
You're on!
pieces!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I said...
I need to be stronger.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
I'm like bait to them.
You're finished!
More for the top pile.
No further!
It's a do or be armed and ready.
Dragon Swarm!
I'll be there.
Rising Wyvern!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
An astral art?
That's my cue.
I'll tear you
Shut him down!
Sleep now.
You're
You
finished!
all tucked away.
Ignite!
I'm on a roll now.
Take this!
Thunderblade.
You see what happened there is you crossed me. You shouldn't have done that.
Mega Ray.
Rising Wyvern!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah.
Lightning
puddle
contagion.
to me.
Thunderblade. Resuscitation. Will this help? Lightning contagion. Healing.
Dragon Swarm!
Now or never.
Rising Wyvern!
I'd let you all down.
You'll pay for that! Eternal devastation! Good luck! Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
I'll bring you back from death to
Dragon Swarm!
Rising Wyvern!
I may have bit off more than I could chew.
Dragon Form! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Take this! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! It's over! Slash! Big Blast!
Can't get out of this!
Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm! Take this!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that? That training's paying off! Rising Wyvern! Stardust!
Do it!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I've still got a ways to go! This one's tough!
Eat this!
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo!
I'm only getting on one! I'm not so good with airborne targets!
Here I go! Here I come! It's over!
I can carve through
Got
armor!
fires!
I've got it! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours! It's over!
Now! This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
You're finished!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
My turn! I'm on it! Mirage!
Talon Hurricane!
Here I come!
Eagle Dive!
Lunar!
Take this!
Now!
It's over! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible!
I gave it everything I had. It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
I have a bad feeling about
You're
this.
mine!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Stardust!
This one's mine!
You're mine!
I can do this all
Dragon
day!
Swarm! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Stardust!
Please, guys.
Lunar Rondo!
I'll be saving this
Dragon
one!
Swarm!
Leave the enemy's arc to me!
You're mine!
No complaints here!
You're mine! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Raging Cascade! Feel!
You're mine!
I'll be saving this one!
Rising Wyvern! Mirage! You picked the wrong fight! Take this!
Here's another. You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
I can carve through armor!
Here I come!
Now I'm in the groove!
Lunar Rondo!
Well, we're on the home stretch now.
Don't take your eyes off the prize.
I'm quite aware without you reminding me.
I'm on it!
It's over. There's no time.
Dragon Swarm!
Do it.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even stronger.
hope I live long enough to regret this.
Thank you.
I'm surrounded!
In here!
First strike! Dragon Swarm!
One more!
Rising Wyvern!
There you
Behold
go!
the king!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Shot!
Well done!
You're on! Stardust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! I'm not done! Take this!
Dance!
Rising Wyvern!
I'll smash you!
Lunarongo! You're on! Rising Wyvern!
The enemy wields us too.
We'll soon see about that.
Take this!
You're finished!
Air thrust!
You're on!
A victor. For the ages.
I've got really bad feeling about this.
First shot!
Watch it!
Dance in the wind!
You're mine! Swallow Blade!
And more of this not burn out.
Lunarongo! Soaring Light Spear!
Prepare to be sealed, though.
Actually, that sound is more appropriate.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Now! You're on!
In a bind?
Take this! Rising Wyvern! Here I come!
Not on my watch!
It's over!
Lightning
I can carve through armor!
Thunderblade!
You're on! Time to let it rip! Here I come!
Healing circle!
Swallow Blade!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint out here.
No, that's silly.
Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Lunarongo! Soaring Light Spear! Not today!
Steering flame!
Here I come!
You'll take this!
You're on! You're mine!
Into the rain!
In a bind?
Here I come! Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind!
Dragon Swarm!
Now,
Swallow Blade!
I never miss! Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw! My turn!
Steering flame!
Dragon Swarm!
Come and get it!
We do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Thunderblade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
We've reached our destination.
This came out so good. I almost hate having to eat it.
I'll see you again tomorrow. I think we've rested long enough. Let's keep moving.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
They got me flanked! Splinter Dragon! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! Ruin Escape! Lunar Rocket! Soaring Light Spear!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Ruin Escape! Rising Wyvern! It's on!
Armor won't save you!
There! One more!
Dragon Swarm!
Now we're not...
Stunner! Lunar Rocket!
Annihilation! Here goes!
Mirage! Ignite!
I'm on a roll now! Now! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Shot!
Well done!
Eat this! Mirage! I'll tear you apart! You're mine! Swallow dance! Soaring Light
Into
Spear!
the shadows! Crossblade! Annihilation!
Dragon Swarm!
Let the marksman handle
Rising
this!
Wyvern!
Now!
Escape! Long!
Look sharp! Lightning
Tiger
Tiger
Blade!
Dance in the
No!
wind! Radiance here!
Mirage!
Swallow
Here!
dance! Now!
You're mine!
Radiance here! Now!
Wow! Look what I just found. I have a bad feeling about this.
It's on!
In the wind!
Swallow
Now!
dance!
Radiance here! Grind and array!
Swallow Blade! I'm on it! Take this! Dragon Swarm! I'm on it! Rising Wyvern! Got fires!
Let's stop it! Let a marksman handle it!
Mirage! All yours! Sonic Thrust!
Now!
River!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Shot!
Well done!
Lunar Rocket! You're mine! Will Escape!
Not on
Stunner!
my watch!
Damn it!
Mirage! Lunar Rocket!
Swallow
dance! Do it! Mirage!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Ready to
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rocket!
Now!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I won't rest until I'm the best I can be.
Still striving to be on par with the Lord?
You simply can't be too strong when battle is a part of your everyday. This won't be easy.
You're mine!
Don't
get so popular! I'm not done! Rising Wyvern!
Flying free!
I have no limit!
The enemy wields
Shield, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Rising Wyvern!
leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Soda!
Puzzling to me!
Hurricane! You're my evil box!
Now I'm in the groove!
Burn in hell! My turn! Lunar Rondo! I owe you one!
Dance in the
Sonic
wind!
Thrust! First strike! Here I
Please
come! Black Storm! Swallow!
Saving this one.
Can't get out of this!
I'll do it! Magic is out! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
You continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
That's what I
Something you wanted to say?
Dragon Form!
These fists have got your name on them!
Slash!
Will this let's go! Ready! Healing circle!
There you go!
Do they not teach you to say thank you, Indana? Not to a Renin, they don't.
Ready and ready!
Here I come!
Swallow dance!
Rising Wyvern!
Reload!
Start up!
I'm out!
Lunar Rondo!
This one's mine!
You're on! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Not a chance! You're
Dance in the wind!
Take this!
Sleep now! Hard up!
Here I come!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Swallow Blade!
Shield!
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
I still got a ways to go!
No backing back!
Lightning condemned!
Dragon
Not
Form!
on my watch!
Turn! Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Iron
Swallow Blade! Not today!
Swallow Here
Dance!
goes!
Sonic Thrust!
Field!
Eternal Devastator! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
See that?
That training's paying off!
Leave the enemy's arms to me!
Right Spear!
Milky Way here!
Lunar Rondo!
Dream! Mega Ray!
Soaring Light Spear!
I can carve through armor!
Come on!
Sleep now!
There you
Dropping
are!
it!
You're on!
Lightning condemned!
Here I come!
Too much to
Dragon
handle?
Swarm! You're mine! My turn!
Here goes!
Start up!
Lightning condemned!
Lunar
You
Rondo!
are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even stronger!
What's this thing?
I've got a really bad feeling about this!
Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm!
Dance!
It's over! Pierce through! Megasonic Thrust!
Radiant Blood! Here!
Eat
Here
this!
goes! Dance in the wind!
Rising Wyvern!
Air thrust! First aid!
No! I won't give in!
You're mine! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
I can carve through
You're
armor!
finished! Dragon Swarm! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My
Do it!
turn!
First strike!
Rising Wyvern!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I'm ready for the next battle.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's... it's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. If I had to guess, it probably served as some kind of shrine.
So still a house, in a sense. Just for a god.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
What? No, I wasn't!
That's no ordinary enemy I see over there.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Here,
Shattering! Here I come! Soaring light spear!
Radiant
Meteor!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on it! Take it on! Dragon form!
Denied!
I'm just getting started! Rising Wyvern! Struck! Stardust! Luna Rongo! Eat this!
On guard! That's it!
I can carve through armor!
Look sharp!
Dragon
Look
form!
sharp!
Do it! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Not a chance! Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine!
Stardust! Luna Rongo!
Take this!
Soaring light spear!
One more! Lightning!
Worth a shot!
Dragon form!
Do it!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
No choice! Here I come! Dragon form!
Not in your dreams!
Tiger Blade!
Mirage!
Going in! Glitter Strike! Tiger Blade!
Blind freeze!
What can we just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No
Now
sooner
you've
said
done
than
it.
done!
Ticked me off.
Swallow down!
Here's a hero!
Here I come! Rising Sun!
And just like that, I'm back in it!
Dragon
Start by holding the front line!
No sooner said than done.
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
Hey,
Nothing
when did I
like
get
it.
so knowledge?
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more
Here!
Cut them apart to your heart.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Shot!
Well done!
To me.
Go finish!
Prepare to be sealed!
Stardust!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My wish was all mine! Rising Wyvern!
I really owe you one.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Now! Luna Rongo! Mirage! Pierce through!
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Dragon Storm! You're finished!
That's it!
Rising Wyvern!
Searing flame!
Mirage! Dragon Swarm!
Mega ray! Dance in the wind!
Swallow Blade!
Armor won't save you! Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Far enough! Glimmer Flame! Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
You're on! Swallow Blade! First strike! Talon Hurricane! You picked the wrong fight! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
I need to be stronger.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along, but it got me thinking. What am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Guess I misread the landing.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Look sharp!
This
one's mine!
Can't move!
No! Don't leave me all alone here.
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
One more!
Here, let me help you.
Anything warmer is over.
Healing art!
Take this!
Here, let me help. Go,
Here.
a new lease on life.
Take this!
Piercing roar!
Fool.
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
Dragon
No
Swarm!
sooner said than done.
I've let you all down.
Come on, healing art.
Rising Light!
Thanks, Shion.
Mirage!
This one's mine! Time to shine!
Entertain me.
You're mine!
It's over. Take
This
this.
one's mine!
Enjoy.
I'm gone! Look sharp!
Here.
Going in!
Take this.
Going in! One more!
Enjoy.
Not like this!
Finished.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Try harder! Not a chance! Try...
This one's mine.
Can't move!
Reload!
Take this.
I'm gone. I'll bring you back from
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? Back into the fray.
Here's
Don't mind if I do.
Here I come!
Fall.
I can't move!
I'll bring you back from death.
Not like this!
Here, let me
Enjoy.
help. Will this help?
Here.
I'll bring you back from death to bit. I was overconfident.
I've let you all down.
Finished.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? No further!
Reload!
Here I come!
Can't be happening!
Stay away from my friend!
Take this.
From beyond.
Here, let me
Imbue
help.
this vanquished soul with
Who
life.
the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Dragon Swarm! Rising Wyvern!
Will this help? Eat this! Oh,
Take
that's
this.
freaking Healing Circle! I'll
really
bring you
am
back from death's abyss!
I'm in your
I'll
debt.
bring you back from death's abyss!
Benediction light.
Resuscitation! Lightning Ray! Annihilation!
Resonate with the earth!
Light here!
Now you see what I can do!
Dragon Swarm!
On your knees!
Enjoy.
Take this!
Here's a healing archer! Where are you going?
Take this!
There!
Take
Into
this.
the shadows! Far enough!
I couldn't make it in time.
Enjoy.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation.
Take this!
What was I thinking?
Should have messed with me!
Take this.
From beyond,
Radiant cancel side! I can't heal you forever!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plate.
Dragon
Yes,
Swarm!
ma'am!
Watch it!
Here.
Rising Wyvern! No escape!
Further.
No! Can't end it! Here!
Die.
Think again! By the power of water! Pathetic!
Finished.
I want to feel your hand right now. You want to place my only.
Then why... we fighting? Who even are you? You're mine!
This one's too flame!
You're mine!
Here, let me help!
Enjoy.
Even meteor!
No further.
Try harder!
Going in!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord? Going in! Radiant
Armor won't save you!
Rising
The
Wyvern!
picture of hell!
Dragon
I
Swarm!
don't
That's it! Eagle side!
Take
Tiger
this.
blade!
Healing circle!
I owe
This
you one.
one's
All
all
mine!
This one's mine!
Here.
That's freaking does it!
This one's mine!
First strike!
That's it.
Rising Wyvern! Eat this!
The enemy's
Its defenses are down!
Oh, beat it to dust!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
On guard!
Rising
Take
Wyvern!
this.
Rip and tear!
Enjoy.
Something wrong!
Here.
Throb.
Go in! Dance!
Swallow Blade!
On guard!
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger blade! Far enough!
Rising
Hear it
Wyvern!
now!
This one's
You're
mine!
on!
Die.
Ready! Here, let me help! Here's the roar! Their arcs were interrupted!
Rising Wyvern!
Here.
I was overconfident.
Dragon Swarm!
Don't leave me all alone here.
That's much better. I'll tear you apart!
Take this.
That's much better.
Time to shine!
Ruin snap!
Die.
Please on light. First aid!
I'm on it!
Die.
I'll thank you!
Dragon Swarm!
Rip it
in a bind?
Here. Here we
Rising
go again.
Wyvern! Ignite!
Show me your... Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just... There.
No backing down! Take this! Dragon Swarm!
Don't mind if I do.
I'm on! It's over!
Raging Cascade!
You're on!
It's a duel of the
You're
arms!
mine! Portal
Dance
Blade!
in the wind!
That freaking does it!
Feel!
Flying free!
What do you think to stay still?
Swarmcia, can you take...
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you
Leave the
continue
enemy's
on in
arts
that
to me.
vein.
No, my lady!
Something you wanted to say?
Stardust! Return Spear! Armor won't save you! Roll now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Magic
My
is here,
turn.
go! And again!
Lunar Rondo!
Radiant Love
Sonic! Goodwill! Demon's Descent! Flashing Bang!
With this, I can become even stronger.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You're mine. No, not mine.
Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rondo Tear! Dragon Form!
Into the shadows.
Not today!
More for the stockpile. Here
Got
goes.
flyers!
I've got one. Let a marksman handle it.
Here I
In here.
All yours!
Do it.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
The enemy wields arcs too.
You'll soon see about that.
Annihilation!
Blazing cascade. Or this one's mine. Look out. Get on.
Freaking does it! It's over!
I'll heal you all.
Lunar Rondo!
Thunderblade.
Dragon Form!
Do it! You made quick work of it.
Rising
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out.
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Smash you!
Let's get you all tucked away. Radiant here.
Ultimate Blade!
Take it now.
Thrust! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Didn't even break a sweat.
Take this!
Don't mind if I do.
Dragon Form!
In a vine,
Radiant here.
begin!
Quit trying to keep up with the wall.
Fast.
Radiant here.
Eternal
Elusive
Devastation!
deity.
Ignite! Crumble!
Searing blow.
Swallow Blade!
Reload. Now.
River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Take
Now!
Begin!
Do it.
Now!
Get toasty.
Burn Strike!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
No choice! Here I come! Rising Wyvern! Soda!
Eagle Fly! Far enough!
Leave the agile ones to me.
Rising Wyvern! Soda! Lunar Rondo!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Lunar Rondo!
Take
Here I come!
How's this?
Dragon Form!
An astral arc?
That's my cue.
Armor won't save you!
Shut him down!
Lunar Rondo!
Do it.
Swallow Dance! River!
Astral energy.
Say no more!
Not a chance!
Like.
Take this!
Rising
I knew we could count on you!
As we all count on your courage.
Soaring
Aw,
like fear!
shucks. You're welcome.
So that's
You
how
picked the
a Lord
wrong
fights.
fight!
I don't perform as well when
Do
I'm
it!
served.
I'm going to pretend I didn't.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
The design... None of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
You fun.
I always love the sound of... hammers banging away.
This realm doesn't seem like such a bad place to camp in.
Yeah, there's lots of plants and wildlife here.
I know, and it all looks friggin' delicious too!
Who said anything about eating them?
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow! Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
This came out so good, I almost hate having to eat it.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
See you tomorrow. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danans, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danan legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renins have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danans rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renins, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renins here, there should still be some people around.
This debris... Do you think it could be the work of Renin astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings, it said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
All of you, stop right there! Don't move!
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
No need. I believe you. I'm Beifong, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces, so everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadheim's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadheim. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
Not going to happen.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Then it's on your head, friend. Our base is that way.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Yes.
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix. Not this way, I guess.
So you're Elfin, are ya? Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a bit. You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that. Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
What, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danons in this realm, is it not? If so,
Shut your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
Oh. Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. They're the scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you knew that. Maybe it's 'cause you and the little lady are friends and more. Son of a...
You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye!
Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm!
We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings!
The Dark Wings rule!
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renin pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renins.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Beifan? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
Before you go, how come you don't hate the Renins as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renins. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I get the feeling Deadeye's signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a roost to rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renans here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadeye might have managed to drive the Renans out of Niaz, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renans just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is... When you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renan Lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niaz is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renans are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It reminds me all too well of how Vicente once was.
Hums? You mean like music?
Yeah, none of this sounds like music to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danans with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renan culture is like.
Even though the Renans destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
What's wrong? All right.
What the?
Hey.
Yeah!
Good.
All right!
Not this way, I guess.
There's no point in reading it unless you plan on making it.
sense a poor soul who is in dire need.
Sounds like our cue to step in and help.
Mm-hmm. Well...
I see. Hmm. Oh.
Just great.
Excuse me!
Good.
That's some cryptic text, all right.
It could mean anything. Can't we just look around the area for clues or something?
Hey! Maybe these are supposed to be different locations?
Oh, now you're into this too, huh?
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
I'd like... Check their wares if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah? How's this? Great!
Yes. Hey.
Good.
Really? What? Yes!
All right, right.
Really?
What?
Huh?
All right.
Yes!
Over there!
Huh? Yes!
All right.
Yes!
Huh.
All right.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure, as long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
You can never...
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree. This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that Lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia. Where are you going?
Alphen.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion. The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise. You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course. Try to get some rest, okay?
What was all that about?
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Poodle, don't get blown away, okay?
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Indeed. Mahag Sar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
What is that ring of rocks over there for? They don't look like they formed naturally to me.
Oh yeah. Funny, I guess I've gotten used to weird rock formations. They didn't even register as being out of the ordinary.
Most likely, they were brought over by us Renans when we first invaded the planet.
Wait, those? So does that mean there's some kind of machine then? And if so, what in the world were they even used for?
To manipulate the properties of Dana's astral energy.
Really?
Think about it. Isn't it strange that the type of energy each realm collects is so fixed? Astral energy by nature isn't meant to skew towards one element or another so heavily.
So the Renans reformed it for the crown contest.
Sounds like the crazy thing a Renan would do.
Renans these days are more advanced than Danans in some ways, but even they don't seem capable of doing something on that grand a scale. Or is that something that's possible on Lenegis? Or maybe the Renan homeworld?
I can't claim to know everything about my own kind, but I myself have never seen anything that would be capable of such a drastic feat.
But at some point they did just that. Those are the sort of people we're up against. We should do our best not to forget that.
You're so amazing, Kisara. You can cook, you can fix weapons. I feel like there's practically nothing you can't do.
Maybe you should take a page out of her book and learn to make yourself more useful then.
I'd be happy to teach you if you want, Rinwell. I learned most everything I know from my brother.
Really? Even how to sew and do laundry?
Yes, indeed. He knew how to do anything.
Sounds like he was a pretty handy guy when he was alive.
He was. I'd always follow him around and badger him with questions. I was a real pain in the neck. Now that I think about it, he and Legil were the ones who taught me how to raise cats, too.
Legil is that woman who was with him in the Gold Dust Cats, right? I remember now. The one with the really pretty hair.
Funny you mention that. He also taught me how to maintain my hair. Not that those lessons stopped it from getting all tangled up during training.
I think it still looks gorgeous.
From what I can tell, it would appear as though the only thing he didn't manage to teach you was how to apply makeup.
No, but that didn't stop him from trying. He really wanted to teach me everything. Only reason he couldn't was because I prioritized my training.
And here I was trying to make a joke.
I can't tell if she's being serious. The only one here who knows him well enough was her.
Yeah, I guess only Miguel could have told us if it's actually true.
Oh?
Yes! Very nice.
Is that so? You don't say.
How?
I see.
Hey! Sure.
Nice work.
Oh?
Very nice.
Well?
Yes! What?
What?
I don't believe this!
All right?
No.
Sure.
Really now?
Yes!
What?
What?
Very nice. Yes.
Well, that was a huge miscalculation.
Yet you've drained your glass all the same.
Alphen, have you been washing your clothes? It may not be my place to say this, but... frankly, they're starting to stink.
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I did any laundry.
I'll wash them for you if you want. Just remember to give them to me the next time you get changed.
Oh, okay. Sure. Thanks, Kisara.
And, Law, Rinwell, yours are starting to look a bit ragged.
What do you expect? Of course they're going to tear up when we're out there fighting so much.
Yeah, but it's still kind of embarrassing, having it pointed out like this.
And Shion?
I wouldn't touch me if I were you.
Of course. My apologies. All I wanted to say was that your sleeves are getting a little bit dirty.
You don't need to worry so much, Kisara. It's only natural our clothes are gonna get a little dirty while we're traveling around.
That's no excuse. Your outward appearance says a lot about your inner well-being.
Now you've really set her off.
Suffice to say, it would appear that the traditions of the Guard are still alive and well within her.
What do you mean? What do the guardsmen do that's so special?
Mostly, I'm simply referring to the fact that they're a very regimented and cleanly group of people.
Do I really sound that weird to you guys? Keeping your clothes clean and mended is completely normal to me.
Don't get us wrong. We appreciate the thought, Kisara. But we've got a long journey ahead. It wouldn't hurt to relax your standards. Just a little.
If you're sure. I wasn't trying to overdo it, I promise. However, if it's making the rest of you tense, I'll do my best to tone it down from here on out. Still, if everyone could bring their laundry and clothes they want fixed, that'd be great. I'll take care of it all for you guys tonight.
Don't you ever get tired?